Hello, everybody. I'm Vijay Lakshmi Narayanan, and welcome to the Free Press Journal once again. Today, it's such an honor and a pleasure, and frankly, a privilege to be talking to one of LGBTQIA community's global icons in a sense. Allow me to introduce you to Saisha Shinde. Hi, Saisha.
Hi.
Welcome to Free Press Journal. It is such an honor to be talking to
My
you.
pleasure, Vijay.
My first question is that Pride Month has just concluded, and it's been a while in India now since Pride Month has been celebrated as a concept. Do you feel that we have progressed to a considerable extent in the right direction, or do you feel that there's still a lot of ground awareness that needs to be raised about why do we celebrate Pride Month and what importance does it hold for the LGBTQIA community?
I think what's happening now is Pride Month has become more gimmicky than celebration. There was a time when we used to celebrate Pride Month for all the achievements that the community was doing, the work that was being done for the progress of the community. But now I think it's just become like Halloween. Everyone just wants to celebrate Pride. भाई मतलब क्या है क्यों कर रहे हैं किसी को कुछ पता नहीं है and that I think is very sad, which is why I've sort of not done anything for Pride Month this year. I've stayed away from it because I think it's high time that the capitalist cronies sort of not use the community and try to be woke just in 1 month, but help us get Aadhaar cards, help us get passports. All these trans girls that we saw outside, or trans kids in general, they're all kids that have run away from their homes. How much of them are getting support from the government? आप एक महीना आके झंडे गाड़ोगे हाँ प्राइड मंथ बट व्हाट हैव यू डन एंड इट्स दीज बिग ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस दैट हैव द मनी एंड दैट कैन एक्चुअली मेक द डिफरेंस बट इफ दे डोंट डू दैट बट प्राइड मंथ में रेनबो हर जगह लगा देंगे तो आई एम सॉरी समवन लाइक मी इज नेवर गोइंग टू एक्सेप्ट इट.
I'm glad you spoke about gimmicky because we are here right now at this umbrella initiative that a young girl like Rena has organized, and before you took to the mic and you expressed your gratitude and your pleasure of being invited to the event, there was one thing that particularly stood out for me, and I had to agree with you on that because you expressed your initial inhibition of attending an event like this because the first thought that struck to you is, oh, yet another tick mark exercise, yet another event that is highlighting the LGBTQA community. As an icon yourself, as someone who has to grace an occasion, how do you bring yourself to determine or understand the intention of how you've been invited and with what purpose have you been invited? So how do you reach that decision?
So the thing is, we know that especially during Pride Month, there are all these events that keep happening, and you are either felicitated or you're called for bringing attention to the community. Now, how many of those events are actually doing the work?
Yeah.
That's what's important. Now, I've known Reina and her family for a very long time. So I know the kind of work they do. So I know the kind of backing she has for doing something like this. I know the honesty that's going to go in this.
Yeah.
And that was one of the main reasons why I agreed to do this, because I know exactly who these people are,
Yeah.
what their intention is.
Hmm.
And on top of it, it's a 15-year-old girl trying to make a point.
Absolutely. One of the biggest pressing issues in the entertainment industry today, especially when it comes to the movies that are made, the shows that are being made, is the casting of real LGBTQ, real members, real actors from the LGBTQI community who have the acting credentials to their credit, but are also people who have lived, the stories and the experiences that filmmakers want to tell.
Yeah.
But still you will have cis heroes and cis heroines being cast for these parts. How do you view this sort of a disparity?
I have a very controversial point of view on this because I'm an artist, right? From an artist's perspective, you are open to choose whoever you want to play, whatever you want. Otherwise, Meryl Streep would not be doing what she's doing today.
Yeah.
We'll just get all old women above 50 to play 50-year-olds.
Right.
We'll just get, so for me, that's a bit of a tricky place to be.
Yeah.
Though I do feel that casting should be made on the basis of talent and talent only. Now, just because I'm a trans woman, you want to take me so that you can promote me that way. That's not our fight. That's not what. I can bet you, none of the trans girls or trans women sitting out there want that. You want to take us, you take us, but as a part of society. So if you want to give us a role, it can be a lawyer, it can be a doctor, it can be a designer. It doesn't have to be a trans lawyer, a trans doctor, a trans actress. You're getting my point? And that will change when we ourselves stop sort of differentiating. Ke cisgender. Ek to I hate this word cisgender also. Because we are all humans at the end of it, man, woman. So I think eventually what needs to stop in the industry is making caricatures of my community. That is something that just needs to stop because already there is so much stigma. Already there is so much fear that the moment you see a trans person or someone from the Hijra community or someone from the Kinder community, everyone just starts ridiculing them. And that happens because that's all we've seen on screen as well. They've just been ridiculed. They're either being ridiculed or they are murdering people, which is nowhere close to reality. So I think more than giving parts to us, the industry should first stop making such roles. Makes no sense.
Have you seen a considerable difference in? Have you seen a considerable shift in perspective, Saisha? Uh, Taking anecdotes from your own personal journey, I mean, life has been tough for you, and then you underwent, life-changing transformation, and you have very much acquired your popularity, your fame and your success basis on just who you are. I mean, from Harnaz Sandhu to Disha Patni, everyone's wearing the amazing clothes that you design. I mean, Disha just wore an outfit 2 days ago at the Grazia Awards that you designed. How do you look at the ability to express yourself and express what you love doing in your art? And you have these amazing people sort of lending an extension to that vision. How do you look at that?
Um, Considering I've been a designer for 17 years, what I used to design back then and what I design now as a woman are two different games. There is, of course, that same level of creativity and madness, but the understanding of comfort, the understanding of sensuality, sexuality, that's completely changed. It's not from a man's perspective, it's not from a gay man's perspective. Now it's from a trans woman slash woman. So that has completely changed.
It's a feminine gaze.
It is. So even if I want to make it sexual or sensual, it's for myself. Like if I'm going to wear it, I want to feel it. It's not for someone. That I think has been a major shift. Apart from that, I do feel that the industry has been very respectful and welcoming simply because I've been who I've been in the past. So I do take that as my strength, and my battle has been getting accepted in the society because I have been who I've been. So for me, honestly, the battle's been easy. For me, the battle's been very internal, very intrinsic. The real, the real battle actually is faced by trans girls who are not getting, trans women who are not getting opportunities, even trans men for that matter. A lot of them are forced into marriage. So I definitely feel women from my industry, from the film and the fashion industry, as always, have been brilliant. Whether it is supporting anything, whether it is talking about the cause, whether Madhuri ma'am telling me I'll teach you Kathak, it's the women who yet again have shown me that, come. Some men, but mostly
But
women.
yes, I mean, it's important to have and appreciate our allies also.
Exactly, and I think it's important that we show and talk about these men to show that तुम्हारी मर्दानगी कम नहीं हो रही, उल्टी की और बढ़ रही है.
Yes, yes.
It makes them more of a man when they are accepting of everyone.
With the kind of education that's now there, thankfully, I personally would like to believe that we are living in more informed times, and there are some amazing filmmakers who are constantly trying to highlight the lives of the LGBTQIA community through their films. How hopeful does that make you as a person?
Again, thoda controversial because I have a very divided opinion because if you see in the West, what's happening right now is it's become a trend.
Yeah.
Social contagion is a reality. So I really hope that it doesn't cross over in India.
Yeah.
Because gender identity dysphoria is an actual situation, an actual
Yes.
condition.
True.
And I don't want it to become a ridicule where everyone is just trying to be trendy, everyone's just trying to be cool,
Woke.
woke. So I really hope that we move in a direction which is definitely more understanding and accepting of all of us, and knowing that this is real and not becoming this this weird obsession to just be cool, you
Yeah.
know. So, like for example, very recently there was an Instagram story that was done by some agency, and I was just reading the comments, and it doesn't affect me now, but it used to at a point. I saw that happening in those comments, that why has she done this and why has he done this, and this is going against nature, and
Right.
all of that I saw in spades. And that sort of made me also see the reality, right? There is an entire generation of people and kids who are actually doing stuff like this to make a difference.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there is an entire generation of people who are now also thinking that this is a joke. Because you've got people identifying as trees and you've got people identifying as cats. So, how do you differentiate that from people who are actually suffering from GID?
Exactly.
So I really hope that we reach a stage where there is a balance of understanding that GID and people who are suffering from it actually need to transition to become the gender that they believe in.
But do you believe that that's also largely because people just refuse to accept their ignorance and their lack of knowledge about
Yes.
it, and just the fact that uh, they don't want. I mean, they're so stuck and rigid that
Yeah,
even
that because they're scared, right?
yeah.
See, the reality is whenever something so revolutionary comes in place, people get scared
Yes.
that our normalcy is going to get, what if my kid, what if this, what if that. So that fear is what drives them, because you have to realize whenever there is slight disruption in normalcy,
Yes.
thoda to sab hil hi jate hain.
Yeah.
There is a difference in just being ridiculous,
Yeah.
and there is a hardcore problem which people have to deal with by transitioning.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Saisha, for this
My pleasure.
amazing conversation. And thank you for watching Free Press Journal. And celebrate and accept those around you just the way they are. And that's what I would like to say as we sign off. Thank you.